I mean, Paige, you could do some research into, well, I don't know anything really associated with Yogg-Sothoth, or into weird shadowy humanoid things. I don't know.
So you're just sitting up and watching?
I'll be setting up and watching. I'm just letting Paige know that there are things to research. It really is up to her what she wants to research. It is her time after all.
I would say, look more up on the fact of if any cases like this have happened and how they were solved, if you can.
Alas, and this wouldn't be fucking public knowledge, bucko.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
there's a
apparent.
reason why I'm saying look into things like even legends would work fine. This is more like something that's just going to be an urban legend.
Yeah,
Because anything modern, or at least after 1925, we would have been suppressing.
yes, this is true. Which is why I was just giving her a more specific thing to go off of after all of the crap you guys said, which I wasn't very much listening to because I'm tired.
I like how I just enjoy how you instantly call it crap, but you weren't actually paying attention to what it was.
You guys could have said shoot the child, and I would have been paying attention.
Once again, Ainz.
Hello,
Oh.
testing mic. Kidding. Kidding. Kidding.
Does anyone else hear static?
Fuck. All right, I'm all right. I'm gonna fucking go to bed.
Gonna be bitch.
I'm gonna do a score. Screw you guys.
What? You're the one who keeps joking about shooting children.
Yes.
You know what it's associated with.
Yeah.
She said that she knew its name. You don't know its name. You know what it's associated with.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we know about Yogg-Sothoth, and we know it's some weird shadowy humanoid. So look for things focusing around one or the other. And that could narrow it down. Because the child doesn't want to talk, and until, maybe the morning when we can send in the frog to go make the child talk, we're not going to get anywhere else to just speaking with the child. So we're going to have to do the research ourselves. And by ourselves, I mean Paige is going to have to do the research.
It is much easier if you physically converse.
Mm.
Ah.
Morty, I'm gonna take a shit. Comes back. Everything's on fire.
Yes, speaking out loud would be helpful, since both me and Lucas are still playing Hearts of Iron 4.
I'm having a tab in and out.
Alright. You want the frog to sneak in with you and just, question the child? This is where we get banned from ever going back to this house.
And it
Do
won't be
you
my
know
fault.
ASL?
It won't be my fault. Do you know sign language?
The child is deaf.
Can you
No,
can you
deaf.
nope, deaf.
Deaf.
Can you speak with your hand?
I never said mute.
Huh. seems like a
Yes, the pro. Well, that's just going to make the conversation a lot slower, but all right.
I mean, you could just have, the frog go in. No. No, I don't know anything that you're going to say, but that my response will be no. Understand, I'm not going with you, which means, you know, I'm just watching.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
kind of
doing
stuck in
anything.
the car with me.
I don't. Even though I gained
Stop.
positive rapport
Just
with the child, I don't really care.
the main problem being we don't know. Now, first off, we don't know if it's just localized to the house, but if we start going around and asking more questions to everyone in the community, that it greatly increases the chance that someone's going to actually take notice of the fact that, hey, what are you doing here? And then they're going to start asking questions,
You don't
and
like
they
questions.
might start asking questions that we don't have the answer to.
That'd be something to ask tribes that had been native to this area and, got booted the fuck out.
I mean, it honestly would be.
That's like the one logical place to look for legends pertaining to certain areas. Like in Houston, we have the Karankawa tribe. They still exist here. That's who you would ask about legends and shit from southern Texas, because that shit gets passed down. Paige, all the tribes that had lived in Florida got booted the fuck out with the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, they're kind of far away.
Or all dead. They're not really a middle ground. What native tribes were native to Florida? Google. Oh, let's see. It'd be like the Tampa area specifically. So
It's Seminole and 14 other tribes.
yeah, I heard
Yeah,
you.
they heard you.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as watch goes, me and Ainz, I suppose, will just take turns out front again.
Yep. If Jacob was here, we could just ask him. Because I imagine it's a part of fucking Florida state history.
Aw, the rebels took away my aluminum.
Did they take your aluminium?
Those ungrateful little bastards. Oh. Wait, how exactly do I rescue operatives?
You need 2 of them.
I'm only allowed one.
If you upgrade your stuff, eventually you'll get a second one.
Yeah, I'm still upgrading now, but it still won't. It hasn't given me a second one yet.
You have plenty of time, though. Well, you have enough time.
By the way, we're all shades of green again.
Well, nobody changed their color, so...
Wait, where's my
My token is
operative?
red.
No, look at your names.
Bottom of the screen, Ainz. It's the color that's associated to each player.
There. Now, not everyone's green. Better page.
I was saying it's cool, but we're all green. I wasn't making a fuss about it.
I'm already purple. I'm already pink. I'm not changing now.
Oh, you're magenta.
Fuck it. Where's the better pink?
Magenta is a... By the way, pink is a fake fucking color. It doesn't exist.
All right, fine. Magenta. I don't really give
The
a
only 3
shit.
colors that exist are red, blue, and green.
I don't care. All right.
There we go. Now we're recruiting another one.
You get pink. You know, there again. You could do a thing and bring people who can speak in hands. Why didn't we just say I was a translator?
Because
Because
then
you
they
were a
have to
translator.
ask the questions you want asked. And you have 3 people that... Well, you have 2 people that could actually talk to the kid anyways, so...
Yeah, I would be technically it would still make sense for why I'm with the FBI agent if he doesn't speak hands. He's the person who can, you know. And then I could show up with other people and be like, "Hey, I'm still with the FBI agent. He just sent me with this person because they also want to ask questions."
Hello, cat. What are you doing? You sitting up and staring at me now.
Technically, that would have worked if you think about it. Then we
Hello.
wouldn't need the FBI agent for every time. Get what I mean?
Cat, what are you doing? Cat.
Ainz, it's too late for that
Cat.
now.
I know. I'm just
Cat.
saying there was a way. It was better. We didn't think about it. I don't know why.
Better is subjective. There's my card division.
Anyway,
Cat.
back to homework.
Who dat?
That's the frog. We
It's
have
the
everyone.
frog. All right.
I think everyone's here.
Yep. My cat is insistent on sitting.
Also, the background check really didn't bring up anything.
I mean, it brought up some info, but nothing that you might deem relevant. I don't know what you deem relevant.
What was the info? Can I get this?
Ainz,
So Tim moved around a bit. He got his degree he has is from Caltech.
Yep.
And
You remember everything. I was paying
I
attention.
have to start with the degree,
Promise.
which then led to him moving from California. He ended up in Chicago for a little bit, and then now he's in Florida. He had gotten a divorce in Chicago. And that divorce is where he got these kids from. Well, the marriage is where he got the kids from, but you know what I mean. Tiny cat head. Hello, tiny cat head.
Hmm. 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 Who wants to go to Chicago? Just kidding.
nope, we
Nope.
still got a job to do.
I was kidding, but
I mean, you're
Um,
not restricted to Tampa. You can go wherever the fuck you guys have to go to get shit done.
the the ex-wife. Is there any information about her?
But you didn't say. You said you were going to research. You said you finished with the family. Now, who needs stuff to research? So, are you going to research her?
She actually did say earlier,
My
and then
brain was not in fucking efficiency mode then.
yeah, because the only thing that you replied to that was all you find as far as medical stuff is the divorce papers. And no joke, you stated medical stuff when you listed off the divorce papers.
See, my brain was not in function. My brain did a let's do a dumb.
You see this window? We're gonna jump out of it. But brain, why? Whee!
You gotta do it. But why? You gotta do it.
Trust me. Have I ever led you wrong?
I mean, yes,
Multiple times!
Yes.
Those are different
Shh.
times. Jump out the window.
Oh, shut up and jump out the window.
So she was a cop for the Chicago PD, and you see that she was let go after given some enforced time off.
Man, this guy's got a thing for cops.
And
I mean,
in the custody battle, her husband won sole custody and actually didn't want any he didn't want any child support at all. He straight up refused it.
no. I don't believe it's her. My gut says otherwise.
That's an awfully long distance, but it would not be the first time.
Straight up, I feel like she's not the culprit. Watch me be right. Paige, you know what? Let's make a bet. I want to make a bet. I bet I'm right. I I suspect she's innocent.
Chicago, as far as you're aware. That's her last written location. Like the last thing that was relevant of anyone to keep an eye on was when she was retired from the police department. So that's been a bit.
Out of character, I think she's innocent. In character, I I just said out of character, I think she's innocent. But in character, right? Let me now say in character. I think she's a suspect. You got an address? Yeah, that's fine. Is there a phone number attached to this or anywhere?
No.
Hmm.
India's attacking India.
Of her? No. You aren't going to have any info on her because evidently all of it was omitted. I should just drop that in there now so you don't keep going, this, maybe this, maybe this.
Hmm.
The most you have is her name, Sarah Garrison.
I'm sorry, she's been her info's been omitted?
From newspaper articles and such.
The fuck did she do?
She was a part of the police force. The police are gonna be like, if
She's retired.
now she's retired. Sarah Garrison.
Anything happen while she was on this time off?
Not that you can find.
Before she left the job?
Nothing happened there. Of course. There wouldn't have been anything for either of those. The cat's just getting in my way. I'm having to move around a bit. But it was news kind of picked up on it. It's like, oh yeah, the retiring officer put an article for her, or she's taking time off. Ooh, custody battle. So it none of it ever made front page news and got and warranted enough attention to actually be investigated thoroughly. it's a divorce. That's just what happens. No, that was before her retirement. It wasn't investigated thoroughly enough because it didn't particularly matter to newspapers.
Yeah, we can still spin this as a serial killer. No one's gonna ask questions.
There was no Cass at any point. There was Yas. Yogg-Sothoth and Yas.
Yogg-Sothoth.
All right. I mean, they got down there as soon as they could. So, 20 or so minutes, which is pretty fucking fast for a fire department. There wasn't any proper damage. There was not any proper damage. Yes. It was a very small fire. Brick. Modern day, nobody makes the outside of houses wood anymore. Horrible idea. Especially in the South. And Florida. Because hurricanes. I'm sure Jacob can back me up on that one as well.
As can I. I lived in Florida.
In the
Shit's bad.
South, we don't have wooden housing. It doesn't survive for very long. You mow your grass. And this is Florida. It does rain. Just when you say just before the fire was started, what do you mean? I mean, in Florida, odds are yes. I am being summoned. All of you discuss the things you have found. Discuss! Most of you are fucking muted, by the way.
Yeah, I know. This is
I
really,
have
really
another
annoying.
person in my room. I apologize.
Yes. I already said you could research into, like, into what this thing might actually be, as in a type of thing. Yeah, and Lucas didn't respond. When he asked about previous incidents, he then responded with, "Oh, ask the local tribes," because yes, the local tribes would know about previous incidents, at least the ones that still have people who, remember to pass down stories of that. But regarding creatures like this, we just need to know similarities. Bound to be a ghost story or two that popped up somewhere and found its way onto the internet.
Yeah, I am browsing the internet or trying to do a background check of the family. Did any of that come back?
We already did the background check.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we covered the whole thing with the background check.
Okay, sorry. Used to what? Yeah.
Well, she finds her to be very suspicious. Ainz thinks she isn't a suspect at all.
I don't. I for real think she has nothing to do with this. What happened to innocent until proven guilty?
Ainz, we literally live in an organization. Yeah, it's like, welcome to Delta Green, where we shoot people for being suspicious the moment we have any justification.
Yeah, I know. Just I know this,
Or
but I'm
Dick,
gonna
whichever happens first.
I'm gonna say this anyway. I still think she's innocent. My I just feel it.
Explore every possibility. Why not? Why not just cover our bases? That's literally what the FBI does. Like, oh, this person's related to this because of this. Yeah, let's go into it.
Yeah, I'm completely found checking our bases. I'm just saying.
Because if I don't do it, I get fucked up.
My
Trying to cut
character has
off it.
my character has not gone against this at all. I'm
Nice.
staying as a
He's
character.
only stated out of character that he doesn't agree with it, but in character he
Mhm.
did
I
support
know.
what we're doing.
It's sort of like my thing is sort of like out of character. We need to make sure to be open to all possibilities.
Yeah, no,
Maybe,
and
like it could be
I
one.
agree.
Like there was this audio story on Snarl where they were talking about a creature underneath the bed that could come out at times that would grant wishes if sort of like it was fed, but it could grant horrible curses and could even kidnap the child if it was not fed. It's not taken care of properly and is sort of like its demands are not met, it will take in do a lot of shit.
Also, I like how Panda's still here, I think, listening in on this.
Probably. Main thing is we should probably look into sort of like stories outside of that, sort of like real world stories about this sort of stuff. Because Crow could have based it easily on something that is sort of like a story.
No, this is a module, remember? Crow didn't base this off anything. It's what the module is made to do.
Oof.
You have the.
And I know that this thing is from the mythos. I just don't know what it is because I didn't study the mythos. Not even in person. Not that in depth.
Out of character, what is it?
I just
can't tell
told
us
you
yet.
I don't. I just told you I don't know. I know it's from H.P. Lovecraft's works. It's a part of the mythos. I don't know what it is.
Buy crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery.
Give me 1 second.
Paige, no. Metagaming bad.
What the fuck? Why? God damn it, Twitch!
I'm not. I was grabbing Cheetos.
I just played over the mic. Fuck.
back.
Welcome back.
Have you guys discussed?
No, everyone had been mute.
I decided not to add my input anymore because it doesn't matter.
Hmm. I mean, I could tell you the one that comes up most often: the shadow people. You know, from whenever people have sleep paralysis.
So we guessed right.
All right. People would be going off of, well, that would make it a lot more difficult because most people don't know what the fuck Yogg-Sothoth is. So you wouldn't really have anything with that. As far as shadow people, you'd have maybe demons, devils, creatures from more or less religious mythology, where they want somebody's soul and they come to claim it. Shit like that. That's going to be the most common stuff that you're going to find.
Cross reference with the underworld, go off of Yaz's other name. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. One operative goes free, the other one gets captured. Motherfucker, I was just gone for a few moments. Yeah. I said I'll be back, and no one informed Lucas I was gonna be back, so we unpaused the game. And then my other spy got captured as he freed the first one.
Fucking oof.
So now I have to do it all again.
Okay, Pro, I would like to sort of like research Yoss's other names.
So you'd be going with core.
Yes.
Yes, cross reference it with.
With Greek mythology.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you would have Erebus,
What's Erebus?
an actual deity from Greek mythology. It's one of Nyx's siblings.
Wasn't that darkness?
Yes, quite literally deep darkness, shadow, or covered. That was roughly what it translated to.
Look into that.
I will look into that, indeed. Is that also chaos?
No.
No, Chaos was actually not a deity because that was an entire plane directly underneath Tartarus.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to look into that more.
Well, chaos was quite literally the primeval void for Greek mythology. That's what
Yeah.
Erebus was a titan.
Oh,
Well, yeah, and was more or less the titan of the underworld prior to Hades taking over.
oh, oh god, that makes a lot of sense.
But yes, though, look into appearances, sightings, and associated figures.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
We also have Nyx, which is night. Although it's
What
kind of
is
funny because Erebus was the brother to Gaia, who is the earth, Tartarus, who was the underworld and became the pit of Tartarus, Eros, the which is love, and then Nyx, which is night. Erebus and Nyx had kids together, so
Oh god, it's one of their kids, isn't it?
would you like the names of
Yeah.
their children?
I would. I still am gonna look at the
Aether,
night.
which I believe was the Wind Titan, if I remember correctly. Uh, Hemera, which is the Titan of Day. Hypnos, which was a actual god of sleep. The Miori, or which were the Fates. They dictated fate and could cut your string and off you. Garrus, which was old age, and then Thanatos, the god of death. Quite the lovely group of kids, wouldn't you say?
Symbol associated with Yogg-Sothoth.
I'll have to research more into all of them.
Actually, wait. Cross-reference any origins with shadow people with those specific deities,
Okay.
because we might be able to. Because we have a lot of leads there. Try to narrow it down before you then expand on it again.
Okay, Crow.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go do what Pacific just said.
So you're gonna go
Says
through
the
with
hard recap.
shadows, the Greeks again.
Yeah, shadow people and the deities.
Erebus is the most likely one that it'll be associated with, but I don't
Yeah, it
know
keeps
for
coming back
certain.
up with Erebus, but they do have certain things. Spirits could take the shape of a shadow, well, the shape and appearance of a shadow.
Okay.
I will actually just drop this on you, because if you look long enough, you'll most certainly.
Where are you dropping it?
I'm just PMing this to you. You would find all that information eventually, anyways. So I would just want you to make a computer science check to show me how long it would take you to get all that info.
By the way, I would share this with them, with the rest of the party.
All right.
Yeah, but this really determines whether or not we're still in the room when you find it, or if we've already gone off to our post and have to do this over the radio.
Mm-hmm. You passed. It would be quick enough to where you'd be able to tell them about this info. So feel free to check through that and tell them what exactly is relevant to what you think is relevant.
Gotta love them Greeks.
Oh no, it bleeds into like scientific explanations of it as well.
Oh no, I'm just referring to the fact that's like, yes, gotta love the Greeks, with the Necronomicon and all their bullshit.
Yeah, the Greeks were fun.
A number of religions and legends and belief systems describe shadowy
while
spirits, being, or supernatural entity. Hold on. Yeah,
while
yeah,
Paige
okay.
is doing
These such as shades of the underworld and various shadowy creatures have long been a staple of folklore and ghost stories. Because
um
um because the
Crow.
coast
Yes.
AM late night radio
While
talk show helped popularize modern belief in shadow people.
While Paige is doing this, I want to know if the FBI agent will come with me so I can question the kid some more.
Yo, get her to draw. Hold on, my character would stop and say,
And
"Get her
the
to see if
parents.
she'll draw what her, sort of like her friend, like what they look like.
We already have that. The FBI agent didn't
Draw
put
what
it back.
she sees.
She did.
She did.
Okay, can
The
I
Authy-
see it?
FBI agent
Authy has
literally
it.
stole the picture.
Yes. Will FBI agent come
haven't
with
done
me?
what?
So you
You
took the
stole the
picture,
kid's
remember?
picture.
I didn't steal it. I took evidence.
You fucking stole it.
I took evidence.
You
This
took
could
it.
literally help
Again, this isn't
figure
my
out
problem.
what it is.
I'm
This,
asking.
yeah, no,
Authy
this
to come
has
with.
a hint. This is a hint at least.
You looked it up yesterday in the Monday in the reverse image search.
No, the first image search was for the mark on the door.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
kind of need that image of her, sort of like what she sees.
Yeah, no, I can show it.
Can I borrow
mean,
it?
About it. You ask about it, I will show it.
I have it on the disposable camera if we ever got that developed.
Yeah, but this was easier.
I would like to
Oh,
borrow it.
Developing photos is a little time
Let's-
sensitive.
Authy, she wants the picture.
I can give her the fucking picture then.
Authy, come with me so I can question the parents.
What? No, we already
You're
questioned.
gonna question them again twice in the same day. So close tonight when we're supposed to be, getting ready to keep watch on their house so that the bad man doesn't doesn't just waltz all over the place.
You should have asked questions the first time. Actually, no. We didn't want you asking questions.
I guess I'm not gonna be useful. Never mind.
The main problem is timing, Ainz. Timing.
Yep, timing. Anyway, tell me if I need to shoot something. Otherwise, I'm not really needed here.
Kinda still are.
It's either evil, helpful, or neutral. Maybe extra dimensional inhabitants of another universe.
That one's possible, given what we know. Ashley's questioning me. Give me a moment.
There you have profiles that flicker in and out of peripheral vision. I mean, like, it's been kind of neutral to her, right?
It's been friendly. Honestly, Ainz, you're the one who should have spoken about that, but at the very least, you did tell my character.
So it's not bad.
That's debatable. There's a lot of terrible things that are friendly.
Yeah. The thing is, sort of like, a lot of the
Oh,
evil,
God.
like,
Ash is starting another campaign.
oof. Like, this literally could be anything.
Every single campaign they try just fails.
See if she's listened to a Coast to Coast AM late night radio talk show.
Yes, ask the deaf child if they listened to the radio.
You can hear the vibrations. You know, I don't know why I keep messing up with her being deaf and with her being sort of like mute. But what I'm trying to say is see if she had someone translate what was being said on the radio to her. I don't know. Also, see if someone has sleep paralysis. Wait, hold on. Did she say she felt as like, what emotion did she feel whenever she saw it? Or right before I appeared?
Wasn't it when she was lonely? Ainz, I'm looking at you when I say this.
What?
I said, didn't she feel lonely right before it showed up?
Yes.
That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Crow?
Hmm.
I'm assuming that's a very important information. Because scientifically, it normally these things appear whenever sort of like you have a heightened emotion.
I mean, I'm allowing you to draw whatever conclusion you want.
It's entirely possible it's attracted to her every time she feels lonely. Well, as far as that goes, it could literally be hiding under her bed.
Hmm.
I mean, like, in sort of like some things where they'll harm some but won't harm others just because sort of like they live with them. It's literally the thing of we gotta find out if this thing will attack other people or not.
Hmm.
If it is, then
Oh, well.
there's a lot of stuff it could be. I'm willing to go off the fact that that oh god damn it, I can't think of its name again. Basically,
Yogg-Sothoth.
Yogg-Sothoth. Okay,
Yogg-Sothoth.
Yogg-Sothoth is the thing in the abyss, and sort of like stays is sort of like the world traveler. I'm willing to bet that this shadow appeared as soon as sort of like the thing sort of like materialized. Also, check to see who was the first one out of the house, since the parents might have been pushing the kids out. Since again, I'm going for the theory that it materialized and latched on to probably the first person that was closest to it.
Oh, thank God it worked.
Yogg-Sothoth.
Yogg-Sothoth.
And if that, it's very much the thing of we don't know if it's good or bad.
It just is.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm not helpful.
These are one of those things where it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of sticking to your fucking guns to figure it out. This is not meant to be quick.
Well,
Crow, can I look up sort of like
looks at the
shadow?
frog.
Can I look up shadow
You
people? Sorry.
It's fine.
Um,
You go first.
she's going to do. I'm going to do some more research on sort of like the things we were talking about and the sort of like shadow people and the feeling of loneliness. Who knows? It may come up as something.
Oh God, Portugal's at war with me. Lucas, pause.
Oh,
You. For some reason, Portugal just went to war.
oof. Should I roll anything or am I just being silly?
So you're going to? Are you going to? What specifically are you looking for?
So she definitely feels lonely whenever she said before. It's when she feels lonely that this thing appears, right?
Or whenever she's alone? Yes.
Okay, I gotta ask, what does the image look like?
The goddamn Soviet
The
Union.
one that she drew of her imaginary friend.
The picture.
Yeah.
So you know the image on that page?
It's the exact image, isn't it?
It looks very similar to that.
What's
But
the difference?
you see how the image in there has a hat? No hat. But more or
Oh,
less the same
got
thing.
the Hat Man.
Well, no, specifically it's shadow people.
Yeah, I mean, like the image that shows up when you look up shadow people
Is
is
the Hat
usually
Man.
the Hat Man.
Yeah. Just no
So
hat.
Hatman became hatless?
Kind
Somewhat,
of.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that's good to know. Second thing. Probably
Okay, we can unpause.
like sort of like the deities we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Research them in the sort of like lonely, like see which ones are attracted to loneliness. Because I'm gonna knock them out off first to see if they are connected at all. Anything that sort of like is under their command or is sort of like them themselves. Did I just grow the research thing again? Hello?
I'm
Hmm?
trying to because
Did I
I have to
forget
look
to
up this stuff as well. Because you were legit just taking this and running.
I'm like
Running and running and
I'm probably about to hit a brick wall at some point.
almost definitely.
Yeah, well, I'm at least limiting our bases. I should probably look into. Ooh, I have my thing to research after this. This little bit. Tab it. Yeah, tab it. Can't say the word correctly. Pro is being very quiet. I'm scared.
Yep.
All right, so you're still researching shadow people and looking for the thing that they're associated with loneliness, right?
Yeah, and the deities in case it has to do with them. First thing, knocking out the ones that don't have to do with loneliness at all. So,
Most of those wouldn't have anything to do with loneliness. That's the thing.
what's the ones that do? If there's any.
I mean, the only one that's a maybe is Core herself with
Okay.
because you know how do you know the myth behind Persephone?
No.
Hades tricked her into eating pomegranate seeds after.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
I
that
remember
one.
that. I did not. So like I thought it was a different one when you said that.
No.
I did not know that.
Persephone and Kor are the exact same. Kor is just her name prior to her becoming queen of the underworld.
Okay. Two. Um. So second thing is quick thing. 'Cause I'm gonna check this. Are there any shadow people stories where they seem to be attracted to people who are very lonely, and sort of like shadow people
They
that
just seem to be attracted to more or less negative emotion.
lonely is a
And
negative
I'm running
emotion?
off of paranormal sort of
Okay.
recollections of them.
Last thing, just to check. How's the sort of like the plant life looking around the house compared to everywhere else?
The plant life is fine.
You know I asked that, don't you?
Yeah, you're looking for dead plant life.
I was actually looking for dead end life, alive plant life, just to make sure it wasn't sort of like the like
Affecting the area.
yeah, pretty much anything that would have. Is there outside of the fire? Is there any scene difference between sort of like their house and the neighbor's house?
No.
Do they
It
have
looks
any?
like it's a very well taken care of area.
Wait. So, okay. Second thing. Have any of us seen them taking care of their sort of like their property while we've been there?
I mean, they'll water it, but that's actually no. In Florida, you don't even really have to water it because it rains pretty
Okay.
fucking often.
Next thing is sort of like I'm trying to think of what the wording is. Cause sort of like I'm running with it just because I'm trying to knock off things that it could be. Let's see, let's see, let's see. So wasn't that, wasn't that, Pacific, do you have any ideas? Does anyone have any ideas?
For what specifically?
What it sort of like, if I could sort of like research more, cause
Well, I mean, we suspect that it's probably a shadow person, which honestly is just stating it could probably just be a figure from a different plane of existence. Which, knowing Yogg's thoughts, that's an entirely a possibility. Uh,
let's see, so we know that she
far as what
doesn't
it
want to talk about what they talked about, which is kind of sad because that would
is
have been helpful.
actually a pretty normal child response. It's her invisible friend, after all. She doesn't
Yeah,
want people knowing what she talks about to her invisible friend.
true. Would have been, yeah,
The whole reason why she even talks with her invisible friend is because she doesn't feel like she can share it with her parents. Why would she share it with a complete stranger?
true. That is very true. So, hmm, so
So
So,
does she seem to?
uh,
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Cause sort of like what to say or do. Cause like I can't tell whether this thing is neutral or not. I can't tell if it's evil or not, and I can't tell if it's helpful. Well, technically, it's helpful to her.
but helpful to
Um,
one person does not mean helpful to everyone.
True. Uh, let's see. Um,
As much as it pains me to say, oh, but it might not be helpful. Yeah, but it might not be helpful when it's helping out a child. It still is that does not mean it's going to be helpful towards everyone.
True. It could literally be very murderous and we wouldn't know.
Sadly enough.
Man, those armored cars are actually really effective.
So,
Okay.
so, hmm. Okay, so we know at least some stuff.
We know next to nothing about this thing.
We at least identified what creature it was.
Well, we identified what creature it is commonly known as.
Yeah. Surely means it could be literally anything.
Welcome to Mythos. Just because you think you know what it is, guess what? It's actually something else.
Yeah.
And then everyone dies to the weird thing with claws, tentacles, and no face.
Hmm. Keep an eye. See if it just randomly Wait, did any of you guys think to ask where, sort of like where in the room it comes from? Like, does it come from the door?
Are you guys having fun?
I mean, according to Lucas, it just showed up on the girl, so like
So,
on her bed. So
Cause I'm gonna go now.
You gonna be a
Okay.
bitch?
I'm gonna
just
go
gonna
get.
straight up leave.
I'm gonna go get food. I
okay.
haven't eaten today.
Well, if you want to
It's all
sort of
right.
like
Maybe
watch the live
start next
stream,
time.
watch the live stream to get caught up on stuff. If anything, you can at least listen into what we're saying.
Oh, don't worry. I plan on listening. I'm just not adding any type of input.
Oh, so basically like the last few minutes.
Yeah, except I'm not adding any type of input, like at all. Like not even ideas.
Okay. Hmm. Let's see. What can we like? So, Frog is making frog noises, by the way.
Yeah, and I was going to say, hey, Mr. Frogman, how do you feel about hiding under a child's bed for a little bit?
Wait, what do you need to sort of like see the hands to be able to tell what they're. Oh, okay, I get it. Wait, wasn't he under the bed when it first appeared?
Not their bed.
That is kind of creepy. No,
He's
that's
the
just flat
frog. Don't
creepy.
question it. It's
No,
better for
it's
your
still just
sanity.
flat
Don't.
creepy.
Just
I'm not saying this
don't.
in character, but that's just flat creepy.
It is better for your sanity if you just don't. It's not what you think. I was actually protecting them from an assassin.
Okay.
Look,
Okay, that
I
at
don't
least
give it.
justifies it.
Yeah. Look, I don't actually give a shit why you were under the bed, just that you were under the bed and no one noticed. So we just need you to do that here. Also, Italy's getting its shit kicked in, but what's new?
Hmm. So, you might want to be ready to.
But yeah, though, Lucas, we will be taking up the watch that we were doing last time, where it just alternates between us.
All right.
You missed literally nothing. You were just, I suppose, just waiting to hear everyone else say that they're going to their posts for the night watch and for you to
Sure.
do frog things.
Horrifying, horrifying frog things.
Actually, wait. Wait until after the thing disappears for the night. Yeah, so if it shows up tonight, wait until after it vanishes, then go into the kids' room to set up. We are not sure. We'll give it a. It happened sometime during my first watch, so either that or midnight, whichever hits first.
Yeah, one of those.
We just can't afford having it see you get under the bed either. Although, if it does see you when you get under the bed and it's not physically manifested, then we do know that it's hanging out in the room. And it's definitely not only there when the child needs it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That honestly sounds like it should be a bad thing.
It very much is a bad thing.
Okay.
The Poppers is whining.
I mean, like, could be a lot worse.
Yes, it could, but we won't mention how because then we'll just jinx it.
Yeah. I'm just not saying those specific words that we know jinxes everything. I mean, we all know what the word is I'm talking about, but we know not to say it.
Also, Lucas, you need to improve your counterintelligence level. Apparently, people have spies in your country. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take first watch.
Okay.
All right.
Up front.
So
So, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what time you guys would be on at the moment, because sun sets at about 7-ish in Tampa
I
at
mean,
this time of year.
we would be, yeah, whenever the sun sets, I suppose. So, ooh, great.
Anyway, you get coffee.
Thank you.
Basically, my character grabs coffee so people have coffee at the beginning of their shifts. So, um, so anyone else want to do a thing?
I don't have anything. Oddly, you're still muted. But let's see. Yeah, do we know if it will appear? Already answered that.
No clue. Can only hope. I will keep watch on the cameras.
All right.
What do I roll?
It would just be awareness, I think it is. Alertness. Alertness is for spotting movement. Search is for looking for things.
Do I roll
Nothing.
2? Because my eyes basically just centered on the child's window. Since if it's going to
Yeah.
appear, that's the one that we know. Was that a yes to roll?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I will notice if it sits in the window. That's just a given, but anywhere else.
Yep. It eventually just shows up there again.
Great, so I don't see where it moved in from. I just know that it was there. I radio to the group again that the target is in line of sight now.
Roger. I have returned. I forgot to get food, but I got gas.
did you forget the food?
But because I only had enough money for either food or gas.
Fucking oof, my dude.
I chose gas so that I can get food next time. Without pushing a motorcycle.
Thank you. I hope you at least hope the ride was enjoyable. Uh, oof, we both felt that, Pacific.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wake me up so I can look Pacific or no?
I literally informed everyone. Yes, that would imply I'm going to shake you awake.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm looking too.
Roll alertness.
No, he's looking at it because I woke him up when I saw it.
Okay.
There's no alertness needed if it's literally in line of sight.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna act Cecile's binoculars so I can, tell what they're saying with hand signals. Is that at all possible?
My alertness goes up. I mean, we can see their hands moving from the window. I just
Yes.
don't know if it's at an angle where you'd actually be able to tell properly. I think
Would I
that's
be
actually
able
a
to
roll.
tell? Would I be able to tell? Is that alertness?
Alertness, yeah, to be able to see, unless you're using by nose.
The frog. My angle should be enough.
I can see.
God damn it, you already snuck in, didn't you?
You know he did.
I can see.
Pacific look to Leningrad.
Show me hand signals. What do they say? I
Mhm.
understand.
Oh god. Want me to send any troops?
I should be able to do it.
Okay.
Crow. What does Shadow Man say with hand signals?
So they appear to be just talking back and forth, and you will see the girl calls it something. Sweetness.
Right. Writes that down while looking at them still. Pacific, can you write down what I translate, please?
But the fact that its name is Sweetness.
Yes. In case it
Fine.
says anything else while I would be writing this.
I'm also writing down in sort of like because I am sort of like I still have the sort of like report thing where I write sort of like a report.
I haven't told you. I haven't used the mic. I don't have it apparently.
Yeah, that's because it's still on the agent so that we can all communicate. We're
Yeah,
split into 3 groups.
yeah. Which means, Pacific would have to tell you. I'm just asking him to write it down while I keep my eyes on them in case they say anything else.
Okay.
Authy, are you with Paige right now? Monitoring the cameras?
Monitoring the cameras. Yes, I am.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you might actually be able to do the research on this then while we're observing it.
Observe.
Well.
Yeah, I
Click clack.
radioed saying child called it sweetness.
Okay.
That's disturbing.
Does that name mean anything to anyone?
Also, can I
Well.
borrow those binoculars so I can get a better view of their hand signals?
You
No,
would
I
have
didn't.
binoculars, Ainz. You're from the recon unit. It's part of your standard kit.
Oh yeah, binoculars.
Yeah, you said last session you had your own binoculars.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Maybe because I'm hungry.
God damn it,
God,
Heinz.
hungry
I'm
eyes.
low key. My brain is just running off how hungry I am, and I'm thinking about
Boy.
different foods.
We kind of need you fed and brain functioning. We need smart Ainz today.
I'm going through different type of foods in my head and how to make them as I'm
Just grab a
hungry.
bag of chips.
God damn it, Heinz.
Just grab a bag of crisps. That's all you need to do.
But I'm already back home. Fine. Let me see what food I have.
But I'm already sitting here doing nothing.
But alright, fine. Let me see what food we have. We have in fridge.
There. Go give me a recon on what's happening over here in France.
Why do we have mini burritos? When did we get mini burritos? Why are they in a big bag all together?
Mini burritos are good.
Maybe because they knew you were going to be hungry. Maybe.
No. When has my family cared about my well-being? Alright, deep fried mini burritos.
Okay. Good luck with that, Ainz. And second thing, yeah,
Anyway.
after looking up for sort of like what that could mean.
Anyway,
Oh?
pulls out binoculars.
So you're trying to figure out what sweetness means.
Yeah, for shadow people and in the sort of like entities.
What goes by the name of sweetness?
Specific character. Do you have any ideas?
Also, Lucas, Apex wants you to look at the DMs.
Oh God. Has he been doing something we just haven't realized it?
Yeah, he has been doing something,
He
but
is the
Lucas has
frog.
not
Of
been
course he is.
reading.
Oh, he snuck in.
Yeah.
She appears to be, well, the shadow person appears to be trying to convince the little girl to, well, talk to her more, open up a bit, and it's more or less just like pleasant conversation that you would have.
Alright. All words are being deciphered with great detail to specific.
Anyway, mainly just focusing on the sweetness, entities, and shadow people. And possibly what else it could be.
Yes, specific. You are the radio man.
I have a feeling that basically I'm looking up nothing.
You're not gonna get anything with stuff like that, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
okay.
you're not going to get anything here.
Right.
Sorry, Paige.
So it's basically just being nice to her.
From what you can gather.
Okay.
It's like, yes, the lowly moment when someone's like, I'd like to use human intelligence on it. And it's like, what?
I am by myself for a moment. Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
what is Sweetness called the little girl?
Calls her by her name, Catherine.
Okay.
Could she possibly be calling it something else?
Well, some things
No.
might, go full gall and be like my precious, or it might have a pet name for her.
Yeah. I meant is she calling it something else? And I
Yeah,
just
she's
messed
calling
up
it
the
sweetness.
translation. I was asking if I just messed up the translation.
No. Or at least according to Lucas, that's what he said it.
Identifying the thing as sweetness.
Mm-hmm. So far from my position under the bed, there has been no difference in.
No deviation.
Yep. And it has taken no notice to me, which is good, which means it's not omnipresent to darkness. Either that or it's ignoring me.
Let's hope it's just the let's just hope that it can't really detect things in darkness.
Because that means we can sneak attack it.
Well, it also means that this thing isn't one of those creatures that's scary enough that it doesn't even consider literal, like, weird spec ops frog thing a threat in the slightest.
Which is very scary.
Yeah, that too.
Which strongly suggests it could kick all of our asses with no issue. So please, excuse me if I just hope and pray that it's the other option and not that one. 'Cause that would be bad.
Also, Lucas, did you answer my previous question from before?
The whole questions thing. Because it's just conversation, pleasant conversation. Nothing malicious.
No, did I see how it appeared since I was in the room?
That would still be an awareness check.
Will you please roll my awareness?
Of course.
Since it's a 90%.
Since you probably don't give a shit.
Well, I don't have physical dice. I'm in someone else's car.
You passed. And it floated into the room through the doorway.
Okay, so it can't just teleport in. It actually has to move, and it just kind of hovered in.
Like, it looked like it was swimming, sort of.
Like, talk about like breaststroke or like doggy. What kind of swimming? Or do you mean like a wading type of thing, where it's just kind of like moving through a water
Like, you know how things float in water? Similar to that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
That
it's
lovely
just wading.
moment when
I'm sorry, I just
the
imagined
module
a
doesn't
shadow
specify.
creature doing a backstroke into a room.
To be fair, it is possible.
Just floating in like, sup, bitches.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Wait, Apex is asking did it make physical contact with her? Like, actually touch her.
They don't touch each other, no.
All right, good. It's not one of those type of shadows that touches a child.
Hardy har.
Yes, I made joke because I need something to keep my brain focused on things besides food.
funny joke.
Insert joke and insert laughter here. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Hmm.
Ha ha. I want a sandwich. Like I'm for real looking at my Vitae my gummy vitamins. They're just like, huh, these are edible. Anyway, what are we doing?
We are still watching it
Does it do
until
any?
such time as it leaves.
Does it do anything else, Crow, before it leaves?
And is the frog gonna try and follow?
Hmm.
Because at this point, all eyes are
Since you guys
currently
aren't
towards
interrupting it, it's actually going to be there all night until a little bit before the sun comes up. Although the little girl will take naps here and there, and it just sits in with her.
So I assume it's just pleasantries.
Yeah, it's just pleasant conversation. The occasional thing like "follow me," but it does it once and then doesn't push it.
Child has never followed the man. I see. Good.
Great, so we're just alternating outside of there.
We're just watching like a bunch of weirdos as the shadow talks to a girl and tells it to come.
Hey, I'll have you know it's our job. We are professional weirdos.
We are professional weirdos.
We get paid for this shit.
That makes it way better.
It actually does.
Just ask the FBI
True.
and the NSA.
All right, I get your point, Crow. All right,
Lucas, what is a collaboration government?
I have made a guacamole hot sauce mixture, and it tastes good. And I feel like I shouldn't eat this by itself. My burrito's taking a long.
Well, Italy's about to not exist.
Crow, can I do something?
Sure.
So the cameras are heat seeking, correct?
Well,
There's one thermal, and it's out, and it's the
one.
one out front that has the children's window in its view.
Okay. What
There's
does it
a
look
bunch of
like?
the last time it showed up, it was a void on there.
It's literally just a fuzzy humanoid figure.
Okay,
But not
so
fuzzy as it has fur, it just looks fuzzy.
can I just ask a question? How does that spot where the carved in symbol look?
Looks the exact same it did. Like there's been no difference.
Okay, so just to clarify here, I'm just gonna ask this: is there anyone else in the house outside of the people we know of?
No, nobody went in. Nobody came out.
Oh, Apex is
Rivet,
asking
about the
is
frog.
sort of like the level of interaction friendly or acquaintance?
It's friendly. It's well,
Oh, he
it's
says
the sort of
he's
middle
already
ground.
passed. He says he's already passed out on his questions.
So when we
Yeah.
notice that the rest of the family is
What does it say to her?
Yeah, they're more or less just it's conversation, like the same you would have with somebody you're semi-friendly with. So it's not like too prying. It's a little bit of just, oh yeah, we both have relevant information to each
that
other.
wasn't fully said correctly. The full statement is it just asking her questions, or is it like telling her things? And if so, what kind of things is it telling her? Like, where do you come from? Or is it just, I'm going to continuously ask this child questions about their day?
There's no particularly strange questions, I guess is the way I should phrase it.
Again, more so though, is she asking the shadow thing questions? Like, back?
Not really. So it seems like they kind of know each other. Like maybe they've gotten past that point.
yeah, sorry, dude. I was gonna say you can't do that without bed.
Spicy guac.
Let's see. Uh,
Do I have permission to shoot it?
no.
No.
Okay then.
The frog, absolutely not.
I was asking Pacific.
It's like, permission to shoot, sir? No! Why would you even think that was a good idea?
Okay, so Yossi,
Answer.
do you want to do a search with me just to sort of like do a quick check of the area? We're checking the cameras, by the way.
Yeah, I know where they're checking the cameras. Why would we need to search the area?
One thing's there to double check to make sure nothing's going on.
I wouldn't say. What time? What time is it in the night?
I mean, this stuff is going on through the entire night, so this is whenever you decide
Whenever
to
you
have
intend
this
to do it.
conversation.
Like we can at least do one at sort of like just to make sure.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but someone needs to keep watching the cameras.
No, what I mean is we search on the cameras. We're using the cameras to search. Like we're checking the cameras.
Can we, out of character, can we use cameras like that? Can we, like, move them?
Like we're not moving them. We're just looking through sort of like the cameras to make sure nothing's different.
So you're just cycling?
Pretty much, yes.
Oh,
Taking a few
okay.
minutes to sort of like to look at it.
I
Hmm.
assume you probably would have had all these up like in different sort of windows on the thing.
Yeah, this isn't just
Pretty much,
one
yes.
monitor.
Pretty much, yes.
No,
I'm basically
I
asking
made
if
sure it wasn't just one.
I was basically sort of like asking Authy if he would mind helping me sort of like check the cameras, make sure I don't miss anything. Because I want to check to see if there's anything there at the current moment. Something different, at least.
I believe we need to keep someone watching the camera live. I believe your skills are more than suitable enough to see if anything strange goes on.
Yeah, but okay. So you keep a camera on the girls' room. I'll check the other cameras. Crow, do I roll search?
There goes Yugoslavia.
It wouldn't be a search; it'd be awareness.
What? There's
If
no
you're cycling through the cameras,
there. Wait, hold on. You said awareness, right?
yes.
Awareness is not a skill on
Alertness.
here.
Yeah, it is. Second skill on the sheet. Left
Where?
column.
I'm looking. There's.
Alertness.
You said awareness earlier.
Yes, I keep saying that because they're so similar, and I'm used to it being alertness.
Okay. Sorry. 11.
There's nothing different.
Oh, Crow. Apex wants to know how much time passes. Well, how much time before sort of like after it leaves does the girl have to be at school? Basically, you get what I mean?
I mean, it sort of just like this is where things get interesting for the frog, because it leaves it leaves more or less just before
Last time you said it leaves just before sunrise.
exactly. Or if somebody's going to come in, it doesn't really have a middle ground there.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, fun.
Pacific understands why I said it would be fun.
Why?
Kind probably because it disappears and you see a sort of shadow circle on the ground, Mr. Frogman, as it gets under the bed.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was what was about to happen. So now they're both just sitting there staring at each other uncomfortably.
Oh, it's probably very pissed.
Like, yeah, this was the part that I was a little worried about.
Why do you think I looked under the bed when I came in there?
Yeah, but now he can't pick it out from any of the regular shadows.
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah, and it probably knows you're down there. Oh shit, now you can't talk to the girl again.
Oh no, he can talk to the girl just fine. So long as he speaks to her before he gets a chance to tell her that he was spying on her. I remain in wait.
All right, so eventually, kid goes to school.
Around this time, I would like to go collect the audio.
Oh no, my game's no longer in sync.
Did you hear that? Yes.
Jacob is a little quiet for me. Oh, it might have been Authy then.
Yeah, that was me talking.
Well, the kid was taking naps through the entire conversation.
Yeah, no, I was asking when the kid leaves to go to school, can I go collect the microphones
Yes,
so I can listen to the fucking
that was
recording?
more for Jacob.
Uh,
Well, the frog just had a very interesting encounter.
Of the shadowy kind.
This sucks. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Okay.
Alright, so I go collect the microphones and listen to the tape then. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I figured it was. So I'm gonna go collect the tapes and re-listen to the audio. But when I take them down, I'm gonna take a marker and mark uh, where this one was placed on the camera itself, because I am not losing track of which ones went off.
My favorite thing about this is what you're going to hear is the door opening downstairs, which is the frog's path.
Of course. Nothing else.
Nope.
So all we hear is the frog.
So this thing is either absolutely silent.
Well, it was floating, so
Okay.
yeah. as the frog can then confirm. So it makes no noise while moving due to its ability to float without making contact with anything.
Fantastic. I did not hear that part, so. You saw it
Yeah.
swimming?
Yeah, that's what I did. It swam through the air.
That is weird.
It more like it floated like it was in the water.
Like I said, definitely from a different dimension.
Apparently, if it can swim through a gas.
No one said it was from this dimension.
It's I'm trying to remember what that place was called from Stranger Things. The other
Boom.
world? The underworld?
Oh,
The
the other world?
I
Yeah,
knew to check under the bed.
it's from the other world.
Boom.
Could be. We don't know.
I knew they'd think of putting
And,
this crap under the bed.
Slight
I'm
problem
a
with that,
smart
Ainz.
man.
It literally disappeared the moment it went under the bed. You wouldn't have seen shit.
I know.
Did
But-
thermals pick up anything? Like, because thermal was mostly aimed at that one.
But
Like,
Yeah,
was it still
we
under the
saw
bed?
it disappear. The
Oh,
problem
just full
is
on
the
dis-
thermal is outside the house.
Shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I really did think it was under the bed. And so when Crow said it was bed, I did a loop-de-loop in my head.
And then you remember that we actually had someone who was under the bed as well, and it's like,
Okay.
oh, never mind, that's not a good thing.
And then I did half a loop-de-loop and stopped halfway.
The other thing to remember is
Okay,
it
what-
didn't
what
come
is it?
in from under the bed.
Huh?
It came in from outside of the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just cheesy breadsticks, not the jalapeno ones. The jalapeno ones with bacon are pretty good, babe. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Unmuted. Unmuted.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Furious Kaz noises. Lucas.
She was not awake the entire time because she was awake until she had to leave for school because she took naps during the conversation. So there were periods where there was nothing going on.
And I kind of stayed up to read hand language, and Pacific kind of stayed up to read hand. So
What are you talking about? I didn't stay up to read hand language. I
Pacific
would have
stayed up.
figured out what was
because I
happening with
read
the frog the moment he didn't actually show up or give a response.
Wow. Yeah, no, my character still was reading off the hand language.
No, it happened throughout the night where she'd stop and take like 20-minute naps.
God dang it, kid has a lot of energy. Doesn't even need to sleep that much. Dang. Just takes a couple of 20-minute naps throughout the night. Like, all right, I'm ready for school.
That's how I got through college.
I just got very good at sleep writing.
So I guess this means day raid.
Mm,
I have no clue.
Maybe not. We need to find out where it's going. I mean, where it's coming from.
Oh, Frog has an idea.
are you going to communicate this idea with us as everyone's
He's
leaving?
typing. I won't explain it till later. It's wild, but might explain a lot. Wait, what?
Oh, he has an idea of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we'll hold off. I understand that the family's expecting us to do something either tonight or tomorrow.
I don't know how I'm going to convince the family of this. That we have to extend the watching period. I guess we can just say there was no real active movement that we could notice.
No, simple. We set up a trap for him.
Ah!
Then resume watch under the guise of in case he had any associates.
Accidentally.
What?
Nothing. Just Grace. Being Grace.
The
Hi,
Grace
Grace.
period.
I'm not technically allowed to say anything bad about her.
Hi guys.
Yes, Authy, we know she'll beat your ass. We don't want you getting the shit knocked out of you.
Yet. Not yet. We're still in the middle of a match. Save it for later.
Exactly.
I mean, at least we have the rest of the day to gather information, so.
Yep.
Ideas, people, we need ideas.
Just so I know that we
Okay,
can easily spend, keeping an eye for any associates.
Or we just, don't tell them and act like we did what we came here to do. But I'm now in my car, so I can kind of talk about my idea. This thing's gathering information, kind of. What if someone specifically sent it to not, um, like, what if it's a guardian angel? What if
It
someone
would
sent
match
it
the
to...
behavior.
Yeah, it's keeping watch over this girl. It's not harming her. It's not touching her. It might not even have the ability to physically interact with things because when it saw me, it didn't go fucking ballistic. What all do we know about her family? Like, the entirety of it? Because I was kind of making out with someone when you guys were doing the background research.
Same.
Well, at least you're honest.
What the heck?
That was Grace, because I said same.
Fuck up, bro.
You know it's true and you can't deny it.
Like,
No, it's okay, baby. I love you.
So far, our
I got
search on
attacked.
the mom has turned up that she's just a cop. I do remember that. She's literally just a cop. There's been no like interactions and whatnot. What about the dad? I didn't hear as much.
Army Man, was it?
Army man? Okay.
I think so. I'm not
No.
sure.
No.
Not
No,
even
what was-
close.
He
What
went
was it,
to a
Lucas?
He makes
technical-
microchips.
Yeah, he went to what was it? Bates
Caltech.
Technical College.
He went to
Yeah.
Caltech.
Okay.
Caltech. Thank you.
He's
One
a
of the technical
nerd.
Very big fucking school.
One of the
And
two.
we know that the woman he's with right now is stepmom. What do we know about biological mother? Like, what happened there?
All we know is that they got into a divorce and that she was a cop who was then forced onto vacation after the divorce.
Okay.
Also, he refused child support.
Okay, so he wanted nothing to do with her. That implies typically a bad divorce. Did we come up with any reason for the divorce that would end so badly that he would want no interaction with her whatsoever? Because
I don't think anything came up.
Because what do most police stations do if they're associated with a bad cop?
they get rid of them and put them on vacation.
And what do they do to prevent being found out they were a bad cop?
They, hide things and just send them on vacation. So we could be dealing with something happened to enact this divorce, and either A, this could be something to do with the mom, or B, it's the dad being super fucking paranoid about whatever happened that he's now got some thing watching over the kid. If it's guardian angel. And again, this is all hinging on the idea that someone specifically sent this thing to
If
look after the girl.
if we're going
If
off
it
Guardian
is-
Angel, given the feeling that the mother's getting from its presence, I would say it's probably would be sent the uh, by the divorced parent,
Okay.
not by the dad,
Perhaps,
because she
yeah,
wouldn't be feeling
if
uneasy in that case.
yeah, that is right. If it would be coming from old wife, she might not be
You ordered
happy
Pizza
about
Hut?
new family. So therefore, she could
Domino's
be.
is.
Ooh, okay,
It's the wife, always the fucking wife.
possibly.
God
We need to
damn it.
find her whereabouts, what she was doing, and kind of perhaps press the family. We might be dealing with a kidnapping case. Because this thing specifically told the girl, hey, come with me. And from everything we've seen, this little girl is very special. Not like retarded special, but like everyone in the family has been very sweet to her. What if the mom tried to like run off with the kid before and now is got shit to try and take her again? Now that she's probably got like restraining orders and shit that she can never be within certain distance, so she's having to do weird shit to like try and get her daughter back.
I would say that is terrifying, but possible.
Yeah, and the most annoying part about this is it is possible, but it is also equally possible that this thing has just showed up and is like, "Come here, sweetie." All right, so
Great way to make this a case.
We're gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him.
we're not gonna shoot the thing that is quite literally a floating blob of darkness. If it is floating, that means it probably doesn't have any mass. You are going to be wasting ammunition. Please stop saying we're gonna shoot it.
I mean, it might have a physical form and just not obey the law of gravity, but even then, I don't want to see what happens if a bullet bounces off that thing.
Yeah, let us wait to shoot it till the very end. Like, I am willing to put like flashlights are more dangerous to a shadow creature than
That's why I have
bullets at
a
this
UV
point.
flashlight.
That's why
I have a
left my
flash
guns
bang.
and only brought my flashlight.
I have a flash bang.
You
Yeah,
went in there without even a sidearm.
Oh, I went in with my pistol, but like considered
Okay.
drawn, I was sitting there with a flashlight on my chest instead of my pistol. Because I feel safer with a fucking flashlight right now than I do with that. Okay, so
I'm not surprised.
if you wish to, while we, set up the catching of whatever creeper is under the bed, and I feel really bad, Ainz, because that's gonna be like you. Because they know Authy, I actually have SWAT gear, so fuck you. Um,
I wasn't gonna say
I
anything, man.
Oh wait, did I say Authy? I meant Ainz. Because you're the Fed. They actually know of your face.
And they know Ainz because he's been there already before to question the child.
Hey, Pacific.
Yes.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. The attack armor's in my size.
I need to go put on my
On the
civilian
plus side,
clothes.
we're gonna get you a black mask. They're not gonna know your face. Plan to set up that, and until we have proof, because right now we're saying we think someone's targeting your family. We don't have to make the sting just yet. We should investigate this wife, maybe put pressure on the wife and husband, talk to them, be like, hey, what all have we told them? I've been kind of staying away from that.
So we told him it's a serial killer from the next state over.
And we think
And
he's,
that's
But which
all
one?
that they know.
I mean, either way, they're fucking
Georgia.
insane.
Georgia.
You have Alabama and Georgia, but
It's from Georgia.
yeah, but it could be something like, it might not be, well, actually, depending on what we can pry up from the female cop, she might have gone crazy and started killing people, and that's why he left and took the kids. But, if we can
Genuinely
figure
could
out
be a
a
serial
way
killer.
to pry from this family why the wife left, we can either quickly confirm that, hey, it's a very strong possibility it was the wife, either turning into a shadow bitch out of like magical spite, or somehow summoning and sending this thing. Because wait, what do you look at my? No, I'm thinking of the snow bitch that drowned her children and then became a banshee.
Oh,
No, that's
the
Lacrona.
Japanese one,
No, I'm thinking the Spanish
or
one. That
La
oh, the
drowned.
Spanish one.
Yarona.
Yeah, her.
You're on.
She became a SCP encrypted after, killing her children. It's very possible that maybe there was an extra kid. We don't know much about this family. So she can either have turned into something and is now trying to get the kid, which she might have, be going after this one, then going after the son. It might be she's trying to take them because, she's crazy. Or she could be just sending this thing out to do her bidding. I don't know. I don't know that much. We don't have enough information. But I would like to pursue this while we, drag out, set up the possibility that, hey, we're going to be putting on a sting here. Or be like, hey, we think, might be not a serial killer, or it could, be your ex-wife trying to get the kid. But until we figure out what happened in this divorce that is clearly being covered up by the cops, and I remember that the dad's moved around a bit. Where did he settle down and have kids? Because I'm sure that's been documented.
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay. So Chicago PD has covered up. track this position if she's still there.
I
Yeah,
can work with
I would
that.
like. Well, we might find her in Florida, or she could be in Chicago. Because this thing pretty.
We go all the way to Chicago just to have to come back to Florida.
I mean, to be fair, we could steal the kids.
Let's not do that.
Now we're thinking. Now you're thinking like Spec Ops.
If the target is in fact
now,
a girl,
now,
and we just
it's
take the kid, then
now
either
it's not
A,
abduction. It's witness protection.
exactly, either A, the creature is bound to the child, and we'll see that because it spawns wherever the child is, or it's bound in the house and we'll be able to get to the kids.
Which could provoke a very hostile response from it if it can't get to its target.
It could, but it's either that or we have to split up, send maybe one, hopefully two people to find mom, and while the rest, you know, continue and try and save this kid, which puts us on a very interesting timetable. But overall, we need to do something because right now we're just watching them observing. This thing clearly has shown intent to try and get the kid to come with it. I don't think we have too much time before that kid just shrugs and goes, okay, you've shown you don't want to hurt me, and then boom, it has eaten the child. Because honestly, I don't think it's here to molest the child. I think it like wants to eat it, take it back to mom, or like crumple it into a small meatball. I don't know. I don't know what it wants to do with this kid. All I
Yes,
know is
child meat pies.
exactly. All I know is we really probably don't have that much time. The kid seems smart, but it has been very friendly and has, been there for a lonely child. Mm. So yeah, I would like to, at the very least, this is what Frog is going to be doing: is trying to find out what happened to the divorce, and either someone goes and talks to that husband, or the Frog will do it himself.
Is that too long?
Frog
And the
knows how
frog
to
is
get
not
answers.
tactful.
Do you want some
The frog is
I-
pineapple?
actually surprisingly decently tactful. However,
Okay, I'll
does
get you a
he
bowl of
choose to
pineapples.
be?
I love you.
Probably
Lean over
not
here.
if
I
the
want to give
guy
you a
is
kiss.
not forthcoming.
Hold it. Lean back down. Yeah, a bruise right here.
It was
Even
probably
if
from
we
the
just go like,
puppy.
hey, so how
She
was
was
your
mean.
relationship with your
Oh,
ex-wife?
you
She was
Why are you
cruel.
asking? Well, it could be her. See the sheer fear on his face, or he'll be like, nah, she couldn't have done that. Even if we get the idea that it's possible that this bitch is just crazy enough to, summon demons or whatever the hell this
Be a serial killer.
yeah, I mean, she might not be that crazy, but just in general, if this is possible, we need to deal with that because that is a very strong possibility. And right now, the only two things I see being plausible are it's somehow connected to the family, or it is some strange creature that, for some reason that we have not figured out, has decided to spawn on the family and haunt them. Which right now I am not seeing as plausible because we have no reason as to why, at least with this stupid idea I've come up with. There's motive. Either the woman wants the children back, she wants to kill the children, but it would give a reason as to why someone who has been barred from seeing her family and has made this man move his family to a different state
On the other side of
would
the
be
country.
would be a reason as to why he might be trying to get away from her and she might be crazy. And this is the only evidence I found. As for why she summoned a creature that addresses itself as Sweetness, unless Mom went by Sweetness, which is more something you would call your daughter, so it would make more sense if it was calling the child Sweetness, and not, hi, I am Sweetness. I don't know how that ties in, unless, again,
Wait, what if we're dealing with a creature that was actually born from from the mother's want to be with the kids, and as a result is trying to mimic them or take their place?
possibly, which would mean it's now stalking this child to learn about her so it can, shadow morph itself into a copy of her and mimic her, which would explain why it doesn't talk if it's just doing ASL. But in that case, um, unless we find out that the daughter was just the favorite, she didn't give a shit about the son, why isn't it interacting with him? Why isn't there a second one? It could just be, prioritizing, like, I'm going to figure out this one first, and then I'll deal with that. But if it's something like that, she would probably want both children at the same time.
Yeah, but that was mostly just as an explanation for the name.
Again, yes, that is fully possible, because, again, now the fact that bitch is crazy, and she has somehow created this thing in one way or the other.
Or called out to it, whichever it happens to be.
Exactly. That's the only thing that I found so far that gives motive. Everything else is hinging on some weird abomination, but it's a cryptid, so it's fully possible. I don't know. I would like to pursue this. I am pushing this because I don't know how much time we have before it actually acts, or the girl gives into its constant, once a night saying, hey, come with me, I have candy. So I would like the next day, at the very least, we dig, figure out what happened to the. I will personally go kidnap this man from work, throw him in a chair, and ask, and tell him that, fuck you, your daughter's in danger if you don't answer my questions. And essentially, I will fucking break this to him and break his neck afterwards. So I suggest highly that someone else handles questioning this man, because the frog sees that there's a timetable, and the frog will do what needs to be done to get answers.
Okay, maybe not necessarily break his neck,
Well, that's
but
if it goes to the part of I have to tell him, hey, there's this weird shadow thing that's stalking your kid.
nothing personal. Bang.
Nothing
Dead.
personnel, kid.
Yeah, have to get him to suddenly be aware that there's not really Delta Green's style, but if it means protecting the kid, I'm willing to deal with it.
And any parent would be more than willing to die for their own child.
You have a wife who is very adept and loves these children like they were her own. Either give me the answers I want, or I'm gonna put a bullet in you. Or don't give me the answers I want. You now I know I'm here, and I'm still gonna put a bullet in you. It is in your best interest to at least protect your kid. So I'm going to let the people with the face deal with it first, or I will get involved. I am putting a different deadline on this. You don't even have to find answers first. We just need to somehow figure out what is going on with this
Ah,
ex-wife, because
damn
that
it.
is the only thing I figured out so far that could be possibly attached to this, aside from just, yeah, no, it's here and it's weird. Do we have any
So,
medical
potential.
records of, like, was was the woman crazy? Did she, like, beat the kids, beat the husband,
Nothing that we can
threatens?
get
Was
from a newspaper.
exactly. We need to figure out anything we could possibly find, even if it means, going to Delta Green and be like, hey, so what information can you guys get from Chicago PD, or do we have to fly out there and do it ourselves?
Wait, Ozzy, you're an FBI agent.
Yes, I
Do you
am.
happen to have any contacts or favors you might be able to call in to pull some strings over in Chicago and get access to any files that may or may not have been wiped?
Um,
Because there's
Possibly.
still going to be
In
record
your
of that.
business. Yeah, that is bureau business. Is internal affairs.
It is actually, yeah.
So
Yeah, even if it
if you
doesn't
do
show
that,
up in public records, it will still show up if a government official goes looking for it.
yeah. So the frog would be very, very thankful if you figured out this. At the very least, to put his mind at ease that no, this woman had nothing to do with any of this.
Unfortunately, she wasn't military, so I can't use my bureaucracy skill for this.
Yeah. So I'll say I know a guy.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, I would love to help, but I don't exist. I'm for the things where you have to deal with people who don't exist.
Like
My
this
job,
guardian spirit thing.
Small one.
yeah, no, my job is more so, hey, we need to kill a guy, but we can't have any
Are you
fingerprints
sure?
attached. That's my job. I'm the person you go to when shit has gone down, and we have to, act in secret because what do you mean? There's no such thing as a guy from a different country here. The fuck are you talking about?
Just, the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. I fill the roles of, normally I would be more than happy to be that one guy you guys are supposed to arrest, but sadly I bought the body armor. I'm gonna use it.
Lucas assumed that a version of this conversation took place in character,
Yeah.
because we definitely would have had time to discuss this during the day.
Oh yes, most certainly.
This
So
really would not take that long to brainstorm if it took us this short of a time to brainstorm just sitting here.
It's literally the
Yeah.
frog being like, "Hey guys, are you fucking idiots?"
Also, Lucas, do you appreciate my attempts to make little pockets for you to work with?
oh,
It has
and there
made my
goes the
life
frog.
significantly easier with the Ruskies, especially because you have fucking AT. Actually, that might be my guys. Yeah, that's my guys.
That's your guys who have AT. I'm getting the I'm just literally walking around them and targeting the incredibly tiny groups while they're busy focusing on your substantially scarier divisions.
All
Sometimes it's
right.
good,
So,
sometimes.
who's going to Chicago, or is Authy gonna try and call in that favor?
Honestly, it might be better to try to call in the favor before we bother sending anyone anywhere. If only because we might be able to save some time if that goes through. Looks at the auth. It's your department. It's your call.
Sorry, Grace ordered food and I was munching. What?
You gonna call in the favor off?
I'll call in the favor.
All right. So, which one of your let's take a look at your thing.
I actually don't think I have them written down.
So you're gonna have to ask. You didn't even fill out your bonds.
Look, dude, I haven't been able to add anything to my sheet at all. I can't add things to my sheet.
Let me just drop some. You get 4 bonds, isn't that right, Pacific?
Depends upon specifically what your profession is, like what your actual profession was.
Like me, I got 3 bonds.
As did I as a physician. 3 is about the average one, but it could be anywhere from 2 to 5.
I'll drop you 2 right now, and then we'll take a look into it. All right, Authy?
All right, that's fine.
And then they have certain scores, I think.
Score is equal to your charisma. At least when you start.
So that's how you divide up the points, right?
No, the score for all of the bonds is equal to your charisma,
Hmm.
each. That's
All
what they
right.
start at, and then they get adjusted as time goes on.
depending on how much time you spend with them, if they think they're in
No,
danger.
it depends upon the stress from your work that gets pushed onto them. Because as you go about things, the stress will start to damage your bonds with other people, but it strengthen your Delta Green bonds as you start relying more and more on the people that you can share the details with rather than the people that you can't.
Hmm.
Ah, fuck. I wish I was more familiar with how these government agencies work. Trying to think of the bonds, but I can't fucking place my finger on them.
Honestly, you could literally write down best friend or partner, and then parentheses, part of the agency. Like part of the FBI, I believe, was your agency.
I low
Yeah.
key just have two
Yeah.
friends. One's name is Jerome. The other one's name is Jerry. One's from basic and one's from not from basic.
Come on, come on. Spain shall take Smolnetsky.
Speaking of which, Jerry's white. I don't know if you can tell, and Jerome is black.
I'm sorry, are you saying that there can't be white guys named Jerome?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you now. And my parents are mixed.
Oh, so you get along very well with this family then.
Yeah, my dad looks white and my mom looks black, but they're both mixed.
Okay, let's get some more people
I'm the light
to
skin of the family.
and let's throw two armored divisions out there. Even if they are super heavy armor,
Man,
they're just heavy armor, but you know what I mean.
call mom calls. Man, she gotta say I love you. Starts tearing up. Dad picks up next. Sup, you little shit? You crying?
You
No.
cried like a bitch.
I ain't raised no bitch. Put my son on the phone, motherfucker.
Okay, save that. And then let's see, standard infantry, save this, save. Sure, let's go play.
Ah, that's my life every time my parents call me and they're together. Just you have a bad day, mom calls, just like, oh shit, I love you. You're. We got a puppy, and I've sent you some pictures. Dad picks up. You crying, you little shit?
Okay then.
Lucas, Lucas, I just hear Jacob just go, okay then. And Jacob, I know that you just rejoined while he was in the middle of saying that because I heard someone just disappear and rejoin very
Yeah,
briefly.
that was me switching from my phone to my computer. What the hell is going on with roll 20?
The best question.
Just gonna click on Delta Green and
Hope it doesn't break.
yeah, it seems to be fine now. Oh no, it's broken. It is very broken.
Reload the page.
Popping the cipher against the Soviet Union. Strike now, my soldiers!
Yeah, no, it's still broken. Okay, what the hell? Let me just fully close Chrome and reopen. Okay, there it goes. That was weird. So anyway, I'm now back.
Woohoo.
Welcome back. Yes, so it sounds like Othi is going to attempt to contact. Yeah, he's going to attempt to get a favor from his agency
All right.
or one of his bonds or something.
In that
Most likely
amount
going
of
to be
time,
do we want to talk to the wife first? The husband? I don't think we should talk to him at the same time.
We could talk to the wife while husband's at work and the kids are at school.
I think that would be a smart idea.
Just like last time.
Ainz, you're the other person that they know who does the questioning, and so is Paige.
Wait, say that again?
Better at this.
I said they know about you and Ainz. You are the only three members of this operation that they know about that they've actually seen.
Sure. I'll come help. If you want me to, that is.
That means someone has to talk with them.
Hold on, let me check something.
I don't want to.
What do you mean you don't want to?
I mean, I'll do it if told.
You're being told. Did you think I just asked?
No. I thought you were
As
doing it
your
out of character.
superior officer, I am ordering you to go the fuck in there and get this shit done.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Goes toward the door. Wait, what time of day is it?
I'll go help.
Should be probably around noon.
Okay,
Let's
goes
go.
I know for a
towards the
fact
door.
everyone else is at work.
I can't believe you trust me to talk to an adult.
Well, I mean, Paige is there with you, so.
You have a chaperone.
Big improvement. Big improvement. Go talk to the deaf child. Now go talk to an adult. Wait, what?
I swear, if you somehow mess this up,
I'm gonna punch her in the tit. Kidding.
again, if you mess this up and end up getting us kicked from this case, I hope you realize I will execute you
Yeah.
for Delta Green.
Yeah.
Because we'll essentially have to try again. Entirely from scratch, and no one wants that.
Got it. Right. Paige is with me, yes.
Yeah.
Aussie
Should
is
still
staying
be
on
with
camera, as it seems.
I am still out front. Actually, I'm going to be with Authy this time.
Cool. Neither of us have a mic.
Authy, are you going to hand them yours or should I hand them mine?
I'll hand him mine.
I'll
Okay.
take it.
Hey, Ainz, you have your radio back.
Good. I'm taking my radio back, Paige. I'm sorry, but this is not happening.
Okay.
And also, Authy is a bit busy trying to negotiate a favor, so I'll be the one sitting on the cameras,
Got it. Right.
just so he can work in peace.
Well, are you gonna knock, Paige?
Of course.
Cool. I'm just here as well. I'm here to ask any questions you don't that I think of.
Okay.
Please don't be too suspicious.
Ha. Well, sure,
Don't
I'm
be
gonna laugh.
suspicious, says the most suspicious man.
Just because I'm a tall, light, light-skinned, dark guy does not mean anything.
That was possibly the most redundant thing I've ever heard you say.
Light skinned, dark guy doesn't mean anything.
It was very redundant. Yes, I know.
What the fuck?
Listen here, alright? I accidentally burnt my burritos. I'm still hungry.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. My brain is in a different dimension as we speak.
You
Light
are
skinned dark
keeping
guy
my own
confirmed.
scowl.
Light skinned dark guy confirmed. Oh, I'm gonna cry now. I'm just gonna do this thing and mute and then I'll be back.
I'm back.
Light skinned dark guy confirmed, Jacob.
What?
Light skinned dark guy confirmed. You
Confused.
you basically missed Ainz saying, "Yeah, I'm the most light skinned dark guy." something, and everyone else just stopped.
I have stuff going on in the background, so
I believe you have moo going on in the background, correct?
no,
I
but that's not important.
So they're going to question her.
Which person
Yes.
are we questioning again?
The
You
mother.
will
Okay.
meet
The
them
wife,
or again.
not the divorced one. The regular one.
The white one.
The
The
white
white
one.
one.
She just said the non-ex.
I
I
did.
mean, I will tell you this. Uh, the ex-wife is black.
Get lost,
So,
off me.
There
yeah.
is a difference there.
Yeah, so the white one.
Yes, the white one. Big difference. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Cool. 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 Back to crying now.
So, character question. Guys,
I'm
Yes.
listening.
who's gonna do the lead questioning?
That's between you and Ainz.
Yep.
He's the guy who's in there with you. As terrible of an idea as that sounds, I'm sure it won't come back to bite us. Looks pointedly at Ainz. It better not come back to bite us.
You can shove it because I did a good job last time. All right?
Yes, but I'm
If you
referring
have
to this time.
you have a problem with it, then don't have me ask questions.
But we kind of have to. You're the other person that the family knows.
You could have sent one person. I don't even think two of us need to be here.
Ainz, if that thing's actually hostile, it knows it's being watched. You really want to be there in there alone if it decides to confront you?
Who said I was the one going in?
Ainz, I gave you a direct order as your superior officer.
Yes, this is why I went in. If you didn't, I wouldn't have gone in.
And you're just like, why? Who says I'd be the one who's going in there? Because me,
No, he
because
said
I literally
first.
gave you an order.
He said, "Who says I'm gonna go in there first?"
You're knocking on the door, Paige. I'm
Yep.
just here. I'm here for the support and to do any extra questions that you don't.
All that fun stuff.
So, get to asking your questions, Paige.
She hasn't answered the door yet, has she?
I said she did.
Okay.
She
Yes.
did.
She goes, "Hello."
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Pretty good. By the way, Crow,
Mm-hmm.
you do realize that I've met sort of like if this is the current lady of the house, I've met her before. I went in with
Yes,
like
this is
Yeah.
Evelyn.
That's kind of the reason why I was saying you or Ainz, because she knows both of you. She has no clue who the fuck I am.
but
And we do not want her meeting the frog.
out of character.
La Frog.
Okay, so out of character, just to clarify, I'm going in there to tell her that we're setting up a trap, correct?
No, you're going in there to
No.
ask questions.
No, we're going in there to ask questions. This is
Oh
why I
god,
said
we
ask
should have sent in the
questions.
frog in disguise.
Literally just puts on her outfit, just walks in, does a better job than her.
Did I have mentioned my persuade is a 20?
Could we send in the frog instead? This would have been
I'll
very
switch.
important news. Yeah,
Like,
this would have been very important to tell the. It's a little late for that now, Paige.
Sorry.
This would have been something you should have mentioned before we sent you in.
We already know I didn't have a good persuasion. I'm the man who drives, shoots, and busts in the house
And
I'm the person who
translates.
does research.
and translates. There's a very
Hey,
big
you're the
difference
one who
between
had
our
the
skills.
questions.
Okay. She goes.
Don't
So
worry, I
do
got
you,
your back from way the fuck over here.
and she would go. Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Um. So, just to clarify, so how long have you guys been together as family?
Are you asking her questions right here at the front door?
No, I'm waiting till we get in.
Okay.
She goes,
Well, it looks like.
where do you
Well,
want
I guess
to?
I'll talk
I was
in
trying to say.
character.
Th-
What page?
I was trying to say, do you want to go somewhere sort of like? Do you want to go somewhere where it'd be easier to answer questions?
I mean, she'll invite you into the,
Yeah.
and you guys will go to the dining room, sort of. Not the dining room, the den.
God, God, you. No, it's whatever.
No one can English.
I was gonna English, but then Paige said she was gonna do a thing, so I stopped my whole English.
Okay, your
About it.
turn to do English.
No, I don't have any more English. Do ask your questions, Paige. I'm here. I'm just here.
Okay, she's gonna ask. So, how long have you guys been together as a family?
I will actually have to look into the information on this. So give me 1 second.
Hmm.
It isn't giving me. It had 6 years. So we've been here for, well, we've been together for about 6 years.
Has okay. She would go. Have any of them sort of like? How have they been? Sort of like. Has anything strange sort of like happened that you wouldn't consider normal?
Nothing particularly strange, no.
She would ask. So, I character, I'm trying to think of something. Um,
Take all the time that you want out of character. Just remember that you need to say something in character.
okay, she's gonna go. So, do you know of any sort of like past things that have you heard anything sort of like about the house, like when you got it?
No.
Okay. Uh,
Why? Is there something wrong with it?
no, just checking. Out of character, she does know about the symbol on the wall.
Yes, she was notified.
Paige, please do not disclose too much information about what we're doing here.
I'm not.
Cap.
By the way, Ainz, are you gonna ask any questions?
I'm waiting for you to get through your questions.
Okay.
I'm quite literally waiting for you to get through yours before I ask mine.
Let's see. He's gonna ask. You said you were a light sleeper, correct?
I am. My husband must
Is
have told you.
is anyone else in the house a light sleeper?
Catherine's a light sleeper. She likes to get up and read every once in a while.
How has sort of like have any of you lost sort of like sleep over what has happened?
Um, my husband has been fairly nonchalant about it. Our son hasn't had any issue. He thinks it was kids from school,
Okay.
but with the
Um,
whole thing that we were told about, that raises some concerns.
which thing were you told about?
That would
Serial
be the
killer.
serial killer.
Okay.
Yes, I wonder what thing we told them about that would raise concern.
All right. Is the sort of like earlier when you were talking to my friend or my partner, you said you were experiencing sort of like weird senses.
It just doesn't feel right. That's it.
Has it spread anywhere or has it sort of like moved?
No, it just I just feel off whenever I doubt it's anything major. Everyone else seems to be fine.
Okay. But wait, out of character. Austin spamming us.
Why is Austin spamming you?
Look at memes. He's adding at us. Here we go. So, have you noticed anywhere it would specifically be?
No, not really.
Sorry, technical issues. Ainz, you might need to go ahead and ask those questions.
Slightly gets mother's attention with it. Mind if I ask you some questions as well?
Feel free.
So, did you know anything about your daughter having an imaginary friend?
No, but don't most children?
This is true. You mean as careful as you were? Got it. Yes, which means I'll also be careful, as careful as you were.
Is this a joke to you?
Me?
Were we made to suffer?
Right, that was the first question. How often does your daughter stay up? She
You're
said that
assuming he's asking bad questions.
Who said you? Honestly, it's pretty easy to tie this into the case, anyways. At least the case that she's aware of. So I have no problem with this.
yes. I'm doing decent. Okay?
Ainz, I did a good.
I'm doing good. Do not judge me for this page.
Oh, I never said we wouldn't judge you. I just said you were doing good this time.
I said for this. For this.
No one said anything about there not being judgment. You just did good.
I said for this. Right. What is her response when I ask this question?
Well, I think she stays up most nights.
Hmm. Do you have any idea for how long she will stay up?
No, not really. I don't. We just let her be.
Okay.
Pacific, the encirclement Pacific.
I'm trying.
What?
Hearts of Iron 4, don't worry about it.
God damn it, I got lost in my questions. Fuck, what did I ask? What did I ask?
Does she stay up much? Do you keep track of it?
Yep. Does
you keep detaching from that? Get back on the naval invasion.
I straight up lost my questions as I got distracted by Crow's statement. Fuck. Stays up. How long? I'm not gonna ask about the mother because that shouldn't be related to the case. All right, got it. I know how to word this now.
Then do so.
I understand that you raise these kids as if they were your own. From that statement, that would mean that they are not your own. Can you tell me a little bit about their mother?
I don't know anything. That's more. Tim never talked to me about her.
I see.
No, I should ask about the mother because it's more just a case. Asks about mother.
Yes, but I had to I had to word it right. All right. You guys said we have to cover our bases, so my character is going to cover his bases. Talk to the mother. Talk about the original mother.
Okay,
Talk
don't get me wrong. I was typing, so I said that entirely before, like, as you were just saying, I'm not going to talk about the mother because that's not pertaining to the case. I'm like, that's the entire reason you're here. But you saved it, so good for you.
Did you send a?
Make
Did
it
you put a
verbal.
thing? Okay. Yeah, I did it good.
Keep going.
Holy fucking shit! I'm sorry. I'm back.
Ching. We are all Ching.
All right.
What?
Wait, what?
Not
What are we
you,
all?
Ozzy.
All right. Next question.
Don't worry, you're only being silently judged.
This makes asking questions a lot easier. Yes, thank you, Pacific.
Glad I could help.
Yeah, I'm more relaxed about asking these questions. I'm less like a plank and more like the ocean, man.
Doesn't it feel great to inspire people to do their best?
Doesn't it feel great to use sarcasm in every word you just did in a sentence?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, it did. It actually felt pretty good. All right.
You said that completely sarcastically, and you're like, actually, wait, this feels great.
Right, let's see. Next question.
God
Next.
damn you! Stop
What?
doing that!
Wait,
No,
what?
the AI is just bugging out on something. Give me a moment. Keep
Oh.
going.
That my questions they go away.
Keep getting distracted.
I get distracted by people's comments. Paige, you have any other questions you wanted to add? This is out of character. Paige, you have any other questions you want to ask?
Well,
No, it's like I said, it's probably nothing. Yeah, it was about the time we ended up with the carving on the door.
Have you noticed any other carvings?
Other than the one that we were told about, no.
Oh, God.
No, not really.
Mm,
I hear someone watching YouTube's.
mm, what? I'm not watching Chilled Chaos.
Ainz.
What?
He actually listens to it with headphones on, so
Yeah, I only barely caught some of the words, even then it was really, really quiet, so it's fine.
it was gibberish.
There's a reason why I say YouTube and not someone's name. It's because I couldn't hear well enough to
Oh,
actually discern what it was. Just that I'm pretty sure it was on YouTube.
I guess. Um. Uh. Do you guys have any questions you want me to ask? Any at all?
Uh,
No, I'm gonna ask these ones because I'm gonna word them properly. I'm going to word them to the best of my ability so that they're.
Come on, Ainz, you were on a roll last time you were doing the questioning without our input.
I know,
Come on,
but
you can do it.
that was very specific because I have prior experience with questioning that is done to children. I don't have any with adults.
No, not in your approach, in your actual questions.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any good ones for the mother, which is why I'm asking you guys. I also need to think of good questions, so I'm using you guys as filler.
God damn it, Ainz. Save game. Come on. Come on, load.
Ow! I felt like my chest just caved in.
Well, that's not a pleasant feeling.
I'm just gonna breathe for a bit.
Obviously not. That's why he was asking us.
All right, all right. Um, I'm sorry. I had straight up lost all the air in my lungs, and I felt like my chest caved in for a second. I am out of it. No, don't. No, I have one more. Um, did you ask what type of feeling she felt when what type of feeling she had in the house? Wow, it wasn't, but you know, that's not what I'm asking. Um, I will ask this. What specifically, what type of feeling do you feel in the house? Hmm. Crow?
Mm.
I asked what type of feeling she specifically gets when she's in the house.
Just that something's wrong. It's hard to describe.
Can you please do so to the best of your abilities?
It's like a sinking feeling, like have you ever been somewhere and it just wasn't quite right? Like the world was turning in on itself?
Oh, oh, now I see. Yeah, no. Oh, I see now.
Do you now understand why I asked her to give me detail? Thank you, ma'am. If we have any more questions, we'll come back and ask them.
Okay.
And we will leave. Paige, go do your research. I will inform them. When we leave the house, I will inform them of all of her responses. I didn't say I wrote them down, but I'll tell them all the responses I got, and you know.
Meanwhile, while that was happening, the Oth was doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What specifically is he off doing?
I'm making a phone call.
Oh, if he's making a phone call to what's your friend's name?
So I'm gonna make a phone call to Jackson Wrightflower. He's one of the he's my best friend, and he's one of the higher ups in the agency.
All right.
Oh, I did not realize that was a frozen river.
How would you describe Jackson's personality as?
Other agencies him is a little bit more cold, ruthless, trying to get the job done. Meanwhile, when he's around me, he's a little bit more calm, relaxed. It's just
Alright.
because we've known each other for longer.
All right.
He just rose through the ranks quickly.
He was good at getting shit done, so they rewarded him.
Yeah.
All right. So you call him and he picks up. Hello?
Right, Flower. I need your help on something.
What do you need?
Uh, I was getting information on the mother, right, from Chicago.
Yes.
What was her name?
I know for a fact that would come up in a
Evelyn.
background search.
Or Sarah Garrison, yes.
Sarah Garrison. Okay. I need you to run a background check and get me current address, occupation, address of her work, phone number, anything you can get me on a Sarah Garrison. Should live out in Chicago.
All right, I'll see what I can get for you.
Thank you, man. Take you out for drinks when I get
Don't
back.
do anything stupid.
Try not to get myself killed.
And he'll hang up.
Click and phone away. That was easy.
All right.
I imagine a supply of some sort comes in.
You would eventually called back.
All right, sweet.
So she's a weird one.
Ooh.
She's still supposedly has residence in Chicago. Lives in an apartment complex, but she hasn't worked for a while.
Hmm.
Don't know if she's living off welfare or something like that, but yeah, she doesn't work.
Hmm.
But she's still up here. At least as far as I can gather. You need anything else? Because job booted her out. There's some weird stuff going on at home, but it
Okay,
doesn't
1,
go
2.
into detail about it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Any medical records in the last 5 years? Or how long have this family been together currently? 6? Yeah,
No,
anything in the
it's
last 10 years?
no, nothing. It's like she doesn't even go to the fucking dentist.
Strange.
Oh, great. We have a literal ghost.
And can I go ahead and get that address from you?
He
The
will send
legal
you the
kind of
address
Hmm?
for her home.
What'd you say?
He will send you the address, her address, for apartment.
Got it. Who wants to go to Chicago?
I'll go.
Are we actually going to spend the day sending Ainz to Chicago to see if this woman's alive or
No, I'm going to Chicago.
not?
This
Can
is
I-
one of the things I do well.
Couldn't I just get an agent to go there and collect her?
Do you really want to pull the agency in more than is necessary?
No, probably not.
And
Because,
also,
I mean, like, in order to
if
send
you
an agent,
know,
you need a reason.
yeah, and if you sent an agent and she is controlling a shadowy monster thing, either one of two things can happen. A, she'll sick this shadowy thing on, the agent, probably kill him, and then know that we're after her. Or B, he successfully gets her, and then whatever she's using to control weird shadow creature is left unattended. And that could be equally bad.
Got it.
Are we gonna send one person there, or more than one, or what?
No, we're sending the frog. Because the frog does this work.
Okay.
It's literally what he does.
So Tampa Police is now Tampa Police, aka the Frog, goes to Chicago.
Crossing jurisdiction. All right, so you'll get up there later that day, probably towards the evening.
Mm-hmm. Along that time, I'm going to switch into actual, regular, everyday clothing.
Wow.
No, no one's close enough to actually see you.
Exactly. Well, then I have to put a shirt back on. Apparently, I'm driving again.
you're in Chicago. I assume you're gonna find a fucking place to stay.
Yes, I am in Chicago.
I assume you're gonna find a place to stay.
Yep. And I was informed that there is an apartment complex. I forgot my keys. Is there any hotels near that apartment?
Let me.
Sorry, what was that, Lucas?
Let me plug it into a map for you.
Whoa.
Actually, yes. Surprisingly enough. What is that? 4 blocks away?
What was that?
There's a hostel 4 blocks away.
Alright, yeah. Then I'm gonna try and get a room there.
Alright. You go and get your room.
And, apologizing in advance because I definitely took,
You definitely took what?
I may or may not be, stealing someone's wallet to pay for that. Of course, you should be cognizant that way. It's not some person's credit weird. Oh wait, no, I was sent with stuff, didn't I? I can pay cash. So yeah, I'll pay cash now that I kind of thought about that for a second. I was just like, I'm not paying with my credit card.
Well, you are correct. You aren't paying with your credit card.
Exactly, but I will pay with cash.
Alright.
Then, going to, try and make my way to this woman's last known location.
Alright.
What is going on here?
So you're gonna go to her apartment then?
Yep. And what time is it when I get to this apartment? Oh, right, I'm dead zone.
No,
No,
you're not.
no, we
I'm
heard you.
thinking.
He's
Oh.
calculating.
It's actually impressive because I'm driving through the area that's normally the dead zone. And I didn't hear, like, anything.
Yeah, no, that was just my brain doing some dial-up
You heard the
noises.
sound of his brain trying to process.
You heard brain dial-up. I'd probably say it would be about 6 in the evening.
Now I'm in dead zone.
Nope.
What? You fucking cut out horribly. You said 6 in the evening.
I mean, but I can hear you just fine.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Alright. It might
There it is.
There, we're here.
Fuck.
You're like dipping in and out of it.
Every time that he thought he was there, nope, it's fine. And then he's like, okay, time to take advantage of it. Yeah, no, fuck you. The wonders of technology.
So, Lucas,
Mm.
give me a rundown of this apartment complex. How many, floors is it?
You're going for hers, right?
Not immediately. This is before I go up to her door, because I'm doing planning stage now.
It's one of those large sort of apartment complexes that are indoor. You know, those
Okay.
weird ones where it's not like the outdoor ones where you find in the South. Like,
Yeah,
oh
how
yes,
the motel is,
exposed hallways.
where all the doors are facing inward.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. It's quite literally urban apartments.
all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So, say I was, going up the stairs. If I look out onto one floor, say the third floor, what are the room numbers? Is it like 302, where it's the floor and then the number?
Yep,
Or is it.
it is floor and
Okay.
then room number.
Okay, so it's not like floor A, B, C,
No,
which makes things easier because then I'd be like, hey, I'm looking for room this. What room number is hers?
311.
311. Alright. I'm going to look out and where is her room compared to like the stairwell or the elevator?
It's a little bit of ways.
Okay. Along the way, much closer, like if the stairwell is going one way and it can like branch out a few different directions, I'm gonna look the opposite direction, pick a random room off there, and write it down on a scrap piece of paper. And then I will go up to this woman's door and proceed to knock to see if she is there.
You don't get an answer.
Going to knock again.
Still nothing.
I will give it the third kind of, okay, if you're in there, I'm just going to kind of keep pounding for a solid minute, and then I'm going to stop. See if she responds to that.
Still nothing.
Look to my left. Look to my right. The lockpicks are coming out.
All right, give me that lockpick. Actually, I have to do that, don't I?
Yep. Should be Dex times 5, because I do have that as a skill. So that
Yeah.
should be high enough. If it's a basic lock, I kind of just pop it.
Yeah, you'll just get in there.
Okay. And as I'm entering this woman's apartment, my sidearm is drawn because right now I'm breaking into someone's house.
Have you ever seen what a crack den looks like?
I have.
This is what a crack den mixed with a hoarder's house looks like.
Oh god, it is awful.
There is shit all over the floor. Not literal shit, but shit all over the floor, all over all the surfaces. You could
Yeah.
smell rotting food. You could smell it at the doorway before you came in. it hits you in the face like Mike Tyson.
I am so glad I am accustomed to dead bodies rotting, because right now this is bad. This is
There
very,
is
very bad.
swarms of flies on piles of fast food bags. There's rotten food with flies on it. Half consumed Coca-Cola 2 liters, which you know when they like are out too long and they turn into caramel.
I'm sorry, the Coca-Cola thing made me slightly vomit in my mouth.
That's nice. Lucas, I'm gonna go up to one of those bottles. When's its no, not the sell by, because the soda is very well done. They have a separate thing that's like when it was made.
Made.
I can do an easier one. For that rotten food, are there any receipts anywhere that would tell me what day she bought this stuff?
Not
Trying to
unless
get
you
it-
want to go digging through stuff like that. Because let's
I
be
don't
real,
really have
the
much.
paper's probably rotted.
Ooh, so it's that long.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, but my main point is I'm trying to find the most recent point in which she was here, because she definitely has been here for a long time, but that could be anywhere. We're working with a window of, 6 years. Which abandoned this place.
You'd probably be able to find stuff relevant to that year.
Okay.
Like maybe, I mean, this mess is everywhere. It's on the bed, it's in the bathroom, kitchenette.
But the closest I can get is a year.
Well, within the year, you could probably get it within a week or so, but it's just because of the flies, it's rotted
Okay.
fucking
No,
fast.
that's fine. If I can get it within the week, that means that this has been going on. Uh Everything at the house has been going on for, we assume, to be more than a week, because it's taken us time to get informed, get here, and start our investigation. We have taken longer than a week. So if she is the one behind this, she is still here, which means I can, set a trap and plan, but I want nothing to do with, oh yeah, the last thing you find from this place is 2 months ago. I would be more under the assumption she's just left.
And
Alright.
while you look around, you do find something.
Oh
What do
dear,
I
I'm
find?
disconnecting it. There we go.
There is a one second. Pacific, I'm gonna pause this real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh god, I found something important.
Oh yeah.
It was so important. He stopped our war with Russia.
So
I
on
hope
the
you feel
wall
proud.
is a map of the eastern US. And then carefully marked out with thumbtacks and strings, like fucking loony bins do. There are intervals heading southeast. So first one's in Indiana, then into Kentucky, and by Tennessee, it's real fucking erratic. And it's no longer marked with thumbtacks, but scribbled in red pen. Yeah, but it's scribbled in red pen. And it ceases to be updated past Alabama. And at the bottom, in a tightly written plot marker, is a weird writing.
Okay. First things first. Those were all places the husband went, weren't they?
On the way down to Florida, yes.
Alright, I was wrong.
Okay, my theory
Ah.
just became a lot more fucking solid. Good to know. I'm taking a picture of that. I'm taking a picture of the writing specifically, and
Would you like to know what the writing says?
I thought you said I couldn't read it, but sure, yeah.
I said it's tightly written tightly. I didn't say you couldn't read it.
Okay, I thought it was one of those weird cult language things. I'm
Nope,
starting to
this
jump
is in
into.
blatant English.
Okay, then yes, I would like to read it.
The door, the key, the keyhole. All the same. Open the way for me now. The living, the dead, the dying. All the same. Open the way for me now. Praises to Yog-Sothoth. Praises to his name. Open the way for me now.
Yeah, that's definitely getting sent down to my fellow agents in Florida.
And another thing, if you look around a little bit more, there are bills everywhere. Let me real quick take a look at your accounting skill. It's not gonna be very high, I don't think.
I don't know.
No, you just
I
have a
don't
10.
think that. Yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't even realize this game had accounting. I know it had
It does.
bureaucracy, but
But yeah, it's just bills everywhere. I can
Accounting is
also have you
actually
make an
rather
accounting
interesting.
roll if you want to try that.
depends on what I'd be looking for specifically. Because most bills are done in pretty blatant English. You don't need to be an accountant to recognize them.
But it's hard to identify what they're for unless you know what you're looking.
Yeah, then I would of course make the attempt. I'm currently investigating.
No.
Oh, check mark.
Well, that gets check marked.
Yep.
Also, accounting is useful alongside bureaucracy for acquiring funds for new equipment by squandering fun,
I'm
like by trying to sneak funds away from other operations.
I'm aware of that. I more so meant like for this particular event, it unless it's something specific, I didn't know why it would be
It is
related.
very specific for it.
Yeah. All right. So it's just a shit ton of bills, which means she clearly does not have much money because she's not paying her bills or has just not given a shit by her craziness. So yeah, I'm definitely getting photos sent of the apartment because oh fuck this place. Everyone's gonna have to suffer with me. They're getting photos of the apartment, definitely photos of that board, and photos of the words so that they're actually legible, as well as the collective board and thing. I'm taking a few photos. I haven't found yet.
Actually, I do have to ask real quick. Those were bottles of soda, correct?
2-liter bottles, yes.
Were the most recent ones opened?
Yes.
Yes.
They are
Okay.
all open.
Yeah, that's an important clarification because it could have been possible that she was just having someone send stuff to her apartment to pretend that she was still there. So it's important to clarify whether or not they were open.
Yeah, that soda is very good. Is unless you open it, it's not gonna start congealing.
Caramelizing and congealing.
Yeah.
I mean, a cult, what apparently is a cultist also lived here, so we can already throw that kind of common sense out the window.
Yeah, but I'm still taking some things at face value. Okay, so I'm gonna again send those messages. Say, okay, pretty sure it's her, at least to some capacity. I don't know what's up with this key. It might be a summoning ritual. Please have someone more experienced get on that. And I'm gonna get a gas mask because we're gonna start setting a trap for this lady.
The
Keyhole.
keyhole. Let me just drop this in chat for you so you can.
Have it.
Yep.
God damn it! I know what the symbols are. It's a fucking portal. It's a portal that only opens in a certain time span. When she
That makes
carved
sense
it on
now.
the outside and lit the fire, that was actually what distracted them long enough for her to actually set up the other end of it.
I'm not
Yes,
fully sure.
I
Because,
think it is
okay,
actually because of the second half.
I'm not fully sure, Pacific, because if it was a portal and she carved on the outside, we would see the creature moving through. I think that's more of a bind that's allowing it to appear in this location. We haven't found the exact portal yet. Because it's not just appearing in the girl's room. So
Well, no, I mean that's how it got into the house to begin with, is using that portal to bypass the exterior.
I don't think it's just staying in the house.
Oh, God.
I think there's some form of activation where it's still coming and going. Because otherwise, it would have been aware that I was there. And if it is the mother, I don't think she would have been as. I think I just missed my turn. One moment.
Actually, wait, a binding rune like that could be used in astral projection. If you're trying to send your astral self from one location to another while still on the same plane of existence. Because otherwise it's next to impossible to end up where you're actually intending.
Yeah, again, it's very possible that it's binding to allow that creature to appear, but I don't think it's remaining. Otherwise, it would have full control. I think it's something more along the lines of an activation time where when it wants to appear, it has access to the house, but it still has to make a portal of some kind, or she's physically manifesting shadows. Which, again, I'm not fully sure, or else she would have had a bit more of a reaction when it went under the bed and I was
Well,
there.
that's the thing though. It phased into the shadow. That's why I'm saying it might actually be a binding setup, specifically allowing her to astrally project herself there. She wouldn't have to cross the country at that point and could literally stay in Chicago and still be able to reach all the way down to Florida. She'd only ever have to be there once or get someone else to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're now planning off of this is
If that's the case, then she's on your end. But if the other way is the case, then that means that she's down here in Florida with us.
No, I'm still thinking it is some form of projection, but I'm not fully sure. It sounds like she summoned something, and she might be using that as like a medium, where it's it because this thing kind of had like two modes. It was there physically in the shape of a person and moved into the room, but if we kind of like connected like and someone picked up a joystick, it then just at one point plopped and then moved again. It didn't just kind of fade out where like someone pulled a plug. It dropped and then moved under the bed where it then vanished. So I think there might be like a second connection where there's something that's there and is existing but just doesn't give a shit until she takes control of it, in which case I don't know if she's just, remote controlling it, if she can see through it, because it doesn't have eyes, but it doesn't fucking need eyes. It's weird like that. I'm not fully sure, but I'm thinking it's more so like she's gotten in contact with something from, I can't pronounce his name, but begins with a Y. We all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Yogg-Sothoth.
And has brought something over, and then has just used a connection to kind of like start talking in heavy quotations. Otherwise, if this mother who is wanting to get in contact with her kid had control and then disconnected, why did it still exist and then move in a different form? Or if she made it do that Because my stealth's good, but it
Well-
was right fucking there.
Well, this
I
is what I'm.
don't think
This
I
is
could
the
have
part
done
where.
that.
This is the part where that actually does tie into the astral projection. Astral projection does not create a physical form for you. She'd need to manifest something on this end. If she grabbed hold of a few shadows elsewhere in the house, naturally, when she disperses herself back to her body, the shadows aren't going to come with her. They're going to immediately disperse back to the nearest shadow.
Yeah, but it didn't. That's why I'm saying it turned into a blob on the floor, which then didn't separate into the nearest shadow to each individual blob. It purposefully moved, and then only when it connected to a single shadow did it kind of poof. It could. That is fully. Again, possible, and that's why I kind of intend to ask her myself. But I'm now to a place where I actually have to go, and I will not probably be back on until like 1 in the morning. I have some stuff I have to talk to with this person
All right.
Can we shoot the mother now?
No.
after I interrogate. But I
Okay.
now have to go, and I will be setting up a trap. I'll talk to you about that later, Lucas.
All right. I was thinking about calling it because it's almost 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright,
Time to call
progress
it.
was made.
Well,
Progress
guys,
was made.
don't
All
forget
right,
to
Paige.
basically comment, question, maybe give us some riddles.
Did I-
No one gave us riddles last time. See you
Rip.
later. Bye bye.
You know, Paige. You should have taken the bet.
I did.
I didn't hear you say
It
yes.
was under the bed. It is not on
I did
Bet.
take the bet. I just said I
Under
bet she's
the bed.
suspicious.
bed.
Ainz?
You didn't take the bet. Otherwise, I would have
What?
gave you. I would have gave you. I would. We would have talked about what would have happened if who won.
Okay, hold on. Who here heard me say bet? Or the thing?
I did hear two separate people say bet.
It
I
just,
don't know who.
wasn't a bet with anything on the line.
Yeah. I said
Okay.
specifically I didn't want to bet anything on the line.
True. All right. Fine.